All right, let's see here. Disable the YouTube chat again. We're gonna get back after it here on the Octopus. I did a couple of other PRs and oh, is this? That's not where we want to be. It's here. There we go. I took care of a couple of other PRs that I needed to check in on. And I am back around and ready to get back to the Octopus project, I think. So I figured I'd throw the stream back on for a bit. Let's build this. Go. Some tunes go, and I'll stop the preview. We don't really need this one, right? My chat end up. Do I still have that somewhere? Look like it, okay. Okay, yeah, I guess I should have checked the microphone. Looks like we got sound going to OBS fine. One more thing, let me pull up the Discord over here as well. Okay, so let's see. I left off this morning having done all of the tentacle segments. Little bits of time here and there. I did add on the couple functions for show and hide the caught diver. So I'll go ahead and run it. Let's run it with the current version, or I guess it is running, but we could restart it. There we go. Okay. So right now we have it, so when it first starts up, it will show the captured diver, and he'll animate as well. And then after some time, I think 10 seconds or something, it will hide it. And so that's testing the show caught diver and hide caught diver functions, which are the newest things I added. And I did do that bit off stream. But as you can imagine, it's basically just, well, I'll pull them up here, but it's basically just hiding and showing the proper tile grids. So when we go to show it, we hide some of the tentacle segments, the ones that are right in here, basically, we hide those, and the ones after here as well. Then we show the caught diver tile grid, and then we actually also show the that inner one that wraps in right there, which is tentacle. We labeled it before 1B, but it's that one that is kind of right next to the caught diver there. This one right in here, right next to his head. So those seem to be working. I know one of the major blocks left is, like, when I say blocks, I mean building blocks of this game, is the behavior for the tentacles extending and retracting. There are a couple of other small touch-up things we can do here or there as well, and I think I'm going to start on some of those. And the first one that I have my eye on is the location of these things up here. I think is not quite right. And I did also switch over to the background without the shadow, so let me switch that back. Okay. Yeah. How did I? Cause yeah, see, this doesn't zoom. What did I just did open image? This is like a constantly reloading thing, and it does allow me to zoom. That's pretty handy. Yeah, we definitely are too far north. Possibly we could go like 1 pixel to the left as well on that first one. This is currently inside game, I think? Or is this still back in code? These are the second and the third, these ones here, but the first one is actually a bit different. Diver boat, that's the one. Diver boat, yeah. Maybe 1 pixel left. Definitely a couple of pixels down. Okay. We might have gone 1 too far. To look at it like this. Yeah, I do think that's probably good. I think we want that space in between there, right? I'm pretty sure... Oh, no, actually, there is no space. Okay, alright, well, push it down a bit. We'll get it touching the boat there. Subconsciously did the right thing without realizing it. Okay, yeah. About like that. We're currently showing the one with the bag. I guess we should default to the one without the bag. I guess is just index 1. This one only has 2 indexes. We'll put index 1. There we go. Looks like we're just a hair below the shadow now, though. I mean, I feel like I see a pixel or 2 of shadow above it, but... we do want to contact the boat on the bottom, and we can't go up any more pixels, otherwise there's empty space between them. I guess maybe it's because we scaled down our, everything. Basically, I scaled down, but also I mean rounded down as part of my scaling. Sorry, it's gonna be a bit jittery here. Try not to rattle the desk too much, but because we're zoomed in so much, the relative wobbles are much bigger. I mean, I guess we could extend the bottom of the diver body some, and then it would just be a taller bitmap. Not sure it's necessary. Something to keep in mind, though. We do get into like meticulously tweaking more of the assets. I have a couple of pinnacle segments I want to touch up, but try not to go, spend too much time on that portion of it. I'm not super quick or particularly good in my own judgment at real like actual artistic image manipulation stuff, so sometimes I can do alright, but I'm kind of slow, and it takes me a while to really get what I'm after, and even then sometimes the thing I'm after is not actually a thing that's that good. These are currently, I guess, right, just at Y0. Our X's actually look pretty good to me, so I guess let's just come down on Y a bit. Well, bigger Y equals further down the screen. Start maybe nice and small at 4, see where that gets us. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. To be honest with you, I don't see the shadow top of those quite as much. I feel like probably on the line though, right? I guess 4 is what I ended up on the other one as well, isn't it? So we see a gap if we do it this way. Oh, there isn't actually. Okay. Oh, but that's further down, right? Okay, yeah, definitely gap. Okay, so 4, what we want on there. Application looks pretty good to me. So let's integrate showing and hiding the boat diver, what is called boat diver in my code. How's it going, Zim? Zim the Tim? So this first diver here, this is the boat diver. What we really want is when we're at the top of the rope, we want the one on the rope, the player diver, we want it to disappear. And then we want the first diver in the boat to appear. And if the player had treasure, which is the bag there, if the player had treasure, then we want this one to show the treasure bag for one frame. And then maybe when they start going back down, it switches to the one without. And then once they do go down, the boat diver disappears. It's supposed to be the same diver. Of course, in our project, we have two different sprites for it, but this is kind of the effect we're after here. So as soon as we get into the water, we disappear from, although we do reappear while this one's being grabbed. Interesting. I guess that's just because it's one of the extra life divers scooting over. Okay. Oh, it actually goes a couple of times there. I wonder, is he pressing any buttons? It actually starts with no bag, and then it pulls the bag. And then it goes back to no bag. And then in this case, he went back down, but I wonder what it always does. Let's go to the regular game mode too. This one I think is can track his scores. Okay. Got no bag. Stay up. We go down. Down and over. You know, get some treasure. We got our bag. Going back. Waiting. More treasure. Going back. Waiting. We're going up. So fast that time. I guess it's just, I guess he just pulls it up once. Oh, that time it actually started with it up. Does it pull it up the number of times? No, because we're on 9 right now. Oh, maybe it does. I don't know. I think we'll just have him pull it up once or twice. That's the bit, the logic though I want to work on is hiding and showing the boat diver along with the top of, what was that one for now? Meeting notes from earlier today. So basically when we, and this should get managed by the game because the game object is the one that has both of these things. It has the boat diver and it has the player diver. So I guess this is basically when we press buttons For one thing, the player diver should be hidden when the game first begins. Because the boat diver, where we're at. Oh. There we go. Okay. You can also disable the hiding showing of this thing for now. We don't need that test code anymore. Let's put here as kind of like a one-time little tester bit there. And I guess we won't show it either. This way we'll just have the caught diver hidden. We don't actually need it right now. There we go. Probably hide that one as well. This one really should only show... In fact, I guess what we could do is... I mean, really, I guess what we probably should do is when we initialize the octopus... No, when we initialize the game, we should call hide diver at the end of init, or as we can, I guess. After we have created caught diver and the octopus. I think that will make it so that the little end there, yeah, gets hidden. Oh, we do have this weird bit too, though. Probably set the tip like this one to... or 0, 1, tentacle 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. We still have, obviously, all the logic we need to actually manage the tentacles, but for now we're at least showing a valid game state. Okay, so when we've pushed right button, for one thing, we only want to... We don't want to call move forward if we're on the boat diver right now. If the boat diver is not hidden, if it is showing, we want to do something else. But if the boat diver is hidden, then we want to move the player forwards. This one, we want to go... make this hidden. Show the player, but don't move anywhere. It will, you know, it will look like it's moving because it's hiding one sprite, showing the other one. But we're not actually moving the player because this is the first index for the player. Well, the 0th index. Yeah. Okay. We need the reverse logic as well. So on the left press, This one's a bit trickier too because we also need to check the location. If it's 0, we're gonna hide the player. Show the boat diver. Nice. Okay, and then we also need to... How do we want to handle that, I guess? Maybe... Maybe kind of thinking, how do I want to structure the code of a couple of things, really. We're going to be adding the treasure to our score, if we had treasure. And then we also need to do the, like, pull the bag up and put it down and such, if we had treasure as well. Both of those things do hinge upon us having treasure, though. So I guess the first thing we could do is say if self.player. I think there's, yeah, treasure count greater than 0. And I think what we're gonna do is create a function called retrieve? No. Deposit? Give it like a bank account kind of, deposit treasure. Call this function. Doesn't exist yet, but we're about to write it. Def deposit treasure. So does it like tick up per? Should we? The easiest way would just be overwrite the score with the new value, you know, add to it whatever the treasure was. I think it kind of like chunks up a couple of times though, doesn't it? The one thing is you get points when you actually grab the treasure, then you get more when you actually take it back to the boat. Yeah, it does kind of go up for each one there. It's interesting too. So we picked up 3 treasures, I assume. Got 3 points. Oh, you went back for 4. Then only got 3 points for dropping it off. Did he press left more than once to drop him off, or? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he just got there and it kind of went. Wonder if it takes control from you? You have to wait for a second or whatever while it does that, or? Sure. You think there's an online version of this? Google Play. Play the Octopus game. That is not the same game. Oh. Does this work? Does this run? Where's the code? Yes, please. Wait, that's quite the name, huh? Oh, weird, it has a modified date of... I wanna like change it so that it will be new. I want to say Firefox doesn't like to run these anymore, really. I'm wrong. Demo mode, or I should have read the controls a little bit. I'm AB12. Arrow keys. Okay, arrow keys. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh, sweet. Oh, got caught. It beeps too. Should we make the buzzer? I don't know if that sound comes through the stream or not. Oh no, oh no. Not very good at this game. I lost already, didn't I? Okay. Oh, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh. I got 0 points. Zero points. Boy. Need a lot of practice, apparently. Okay. I gotta get better than 0. Oh, does this? No. Okay. Got too greedy. Oh no, I'm stuck. Alright, 25 is pretty good. This is cool. This is all in an SVG? Yeah. Wow. Crazy. Can you star these? Yeah. You have other cool stuff? And Xbox? Person is like SVG master. Interesting. You hate CSS and you don't want to use it. You could render all your text as SVG. This Octopus game is sweet though. It's traced using a vector drawing program, sanitized. Added to each. Dude, I found a way you can play the Octopus game on the computer. In like a full. Also, this is NSVG. So the game
The whole thing?
canvas is NSVG.
How?
With JavaScript that just modifies the stuff inside of it.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, not very good at it.
Sorry.
No. Good watch.
I want to.
Oh, sorry.
I've seen it before.
Get longer and then go back. Oh no, I'm stuck. Oh. Yep.
Had one chance there.
Yeah, I think there was a split second I could get it. Just the window. So we do want to chunk up each time. So we're gonna go loop. So I don't actually have a score label yet, but I do have a score variable, so we'll just go add 1 to score. And let's make him lift it the number of times you get, or back and forth, I guess, so it'll be half the number of times that you got. We count the treasure, and then we change the... Well, and then I guess we'll need at least a little bit. Treasures. Yeah, that's a little fast, but I like that. Maybe. We should just do it a set. Score each time. I think it's probably most common to only have a few, like 1 to 4 maybe? I sat there and spammed a bunch, but... Oh, also we need to minus the treasure. Set that back to 0. Basically taking it from treasure count and putting it into score. And then I guess one question is, do we want to handle... Do we really want these to be sleep, or do we want it to not block, basically? And I think the answer is we do want it to not block. So basically we should... One thing is we definitely want to ignore buttons that come in, because one thing I noticed is I can get a bunch. While it's dropping off, I can press this button, and we're actually technically moving that whole time while I was spamming this button. Definitely want to ignore. It's actually tough to do. How would we ignore events that came? It's actually keypad that's saving them up for us, I guess. So yeah, maybe we do want it. I think we do want it to not block. So we should probably have something like Azure. Treasure. There we go. Really inside tick is where we should be doing that. Guess we'll need I guess game should probably be like a state machine. Kind of have a couple of layers of states. I mean, like you could consider, you know, playing game A, playing game B, two different states, but both are kind of the playing state. So here, it's kind of weird. I suppose one question is, do we want to just want to count those up faster? Animation time. We kind of want inside of our tick. Normal gameplay, we do this stuff. As a treasure animation. If it's time to boat animation guy, increment the score. I guess in that case, though, we also should only if we have treasure. Minus equals 1 that we added the score. If we don't have treasure, then we just go normal. This will now animate, tick down by 1 each time. Wait the delay, add the score. Whenever we don't have any more, go back to normal. When it goes back to normal, it should put this back to the one with no bag. Just 1. Oh, right. Well, we don't have this anymore. Or this. Instead, we should just go let's get the score showing. I'm not gonna mess with the exact font yet, 7-segment stuff, but I'll make a label and just show it. Just go 0, 0 for now, and we'll go over like half the display. Any actual text in it? And add it to the group. Okay, let's go black. We don't need to go down as far. Early 6? 6 to me. I guess there's like heading room or whatever, I suppose. Don't quite get why that's not at the top. Changing the Y of the self group for the game, are we? Doesn't look like it. Font changed or something. What got color? I don't know. We'll go back to zeros. Starts on zeros, but then it's not zero padded. When we do update, well, for one thing, I guess we'll worry about like playing game state versus game over state a little while later. I'll worry about game over state later on. I guess we'll just say when we're in the animation, or here we're gonna go thing is we'll need to add to the score for picking up the treasure. Oh, attribute split, because I put it as a number. Nice. Yeah, I like that effect where it counts up like that. I really get 5 though? Wow, I didn't realize I got that many. Nice. And I think we'll allow you to go back down. I'm gonna save up a bunch, and then when I start dropping them off, I think maybe you should be able to like just go back down and like it will stop. You'll keep some in your treasure count, and you'll stop adding them to your score. That way, like if you start dropping them off, but you decide you want to go back down because the tentacles have receded, you can do it, but you're like risking the ones that you still have on you, which makes sense. I'm not sure if the real game works that way. One of the cool things actually about finding this JavaScript one. Well, from him? Well. Okay. Let's see here. We got our boat guy working, our extra lives working, we got our treasure taking working. Let's, right button press. Here, I guess. Store the treasure temporarily. Move, which is gonna add treasure if we're at the chest. If it's different, if they're not the same, then we know we got new treasure, in which case +1 score for getting the treasure. You remember you get 1 when you pick it up and then another 1 when you drop it off. Oh. The docks are unknown. Discord. Let's copy links. All right, short detour here. Person's doing a typing. For me. Registration 45. Arman? Arman. Oh. Okay. Says that in the name. Then you can put more slashes. I'm wary of these ones that aren't in the functions. We did try it recently in a slightly different context and it didn't cause trouble, but kind of extra weary of it in this case when we also have a bunch of other errors of things. What is the actual command? Put the command in here. If not, we'll go back and look at the code. I guess, yeah, I don't actually. Okay. I can find the code. Whoa. That sucks. Okay. Honestly, I forgot I had this on for a while. We had a wasp close encounter here, so now I'm all looking around. Anyway, though, I think I am gonna head out for now. I never did end up getting back into Octopus after I got back on this WizNet thing, but I'm helping out this person in the Discord, and so I'll keep doing that and keep a lookout for the wasp. But now I'm afraid I'm gonna be getting up every couple of minutes and looking around for it anyway, so it's probably about time for me to cut it for now. So thanks again for anybody watching. If you want to keep seeing the Octopus project progress, then you can follow me on Twitch, and you'll get notifications next time I'm on. We're getting pretty close here. I think a couple more good chunks of time that we work on it, maybe one or two. I think we'll probably have the game code knocked out, and then at some point I'll move on to working on the guide as well next. So that's kind of where we're at there. Thanks again, everybody, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. See ya.